Today, we're diving into the heart of Bahamas' unprecedented construction boom, with over $40 billion being invested in massive new tourism, transportation, and infrastructure projects. In this video, we'll unveil 10 of the biggest developments, from a $15 billion beach corridor revitalization to a luxurious private island resort. We'll explore how these projects are transforming the landscape and what they mean for Bahamian residents and communities. Whether you're a travel enthusiast, investor, or curious about the future of the Bahamas, you won't want to miss this in-depth look at the mega projects that are setting the stage for a new era of growth and opportunity. Remember to check out the links in the description below to see other videos in our series on mega projects throughout the Caribbean. Let's get started. At number 1, we start with Nassau Paradise Island Beach Corridor Revitalization Project. This newly launched $15 billion public-private infrastructure mega project is the most expensive and comprehensive initiative ever undertaken in the Bahamas. Over the next 2 decades, it aims to totally overhaul and upgrade the utilities, roads, beaches, parks, and amenities along the entire 12-mile corridor linking downtown Nassau to Paradise Island. The vision is to establish a world-class beach destination experience on par with places like Miami Beach or Waikiki to allow sustainable new resort, residential, and commercial development. Key elements include burying utility lines, modernizing sewers and drainage, replenishing eroded beaches, enhancing public spaces and parks, new transportation options like water taxis, and potentially even underground tunnels to alleviate traffic congestion. It represents the first comprehensive redevelopment plan for Nassau's iconic but increasingly dated beach areas in over 50 years. The Bahamian government is funding 2/3 of the plan through bonds, with the remaining 1/3 coming from private investment and development fees. For local residents, the impacts have already begun, with some relocations and closures needed to facilitate the huge construction process. However, officials promised upgraded affordable housing, job training, small business opportunities, and other community benefits. The completed corridor is projected to create over 100,000 new jobs and $20 billion in annual economic impact by 2040. Number 2. Queen's Cove Development. Touted as one of the largest integrated resort estates ever proposed globally, Queen's Cove is a $6 billion private island development being built by South Korea's Hanwha Corporation, about 120 miles off Nassau on remote Little Abaco Island. The staggering master plan calls for 700 multi-million-dollar private villas and homes, 5 luxury hotels and resorts with over 3,000 rooms, a championship golf course, a large-scale marina village, casino, water park, convention center, and even a private airport and airstrip. Queen's Cove is squarely targeting the ultra-high net worth market, with villa prices expected to average around $40 million each. At full projected build-out in the 2040s, the 6,200-acre resort will be over 3 times larger than the famous Atlantis complex in total visitor capacity. Developers estimate it will generate over $1 billion in annual tourism revenue and employ thousands of permanent Bahamian staff, becoming one of the largest private employers in the country. However, the sheer remoteness of the location on a relatively undeveloped island raises significant environmental, infrastructure, and logistics challenges. Some $500 million is budgeted just for creating basic transportation, utility, and public service infrastructure on Little Abaco to support the massive resort community. There are also concerns about the displacement of the small local population and threats to the island's fragile ecosystems and habitats from large-scale dredging, construction, and the eventual influx of thousands of tourists and residents. Queen's Cove executives have pledged extensive environmental protections, renewable energy sources, and economic opportunities for islanders, but skeptics remain. Number 3. Airport Gateway Partners Linden Pindling International Airport Expansion. With travel demand surging to the Bahamas in recent years, the archipelago's main international airport serving Nassau is about to undergo a multi-billion-dollar overhaul to increase its capacity and modernize facilities. Under a $6.5 billion investment and management contract awarded to Airport Gateway Partners, a major airport terminal redevelopment program will be underway at Linden Pindling International Airport, LPIA. This includes a brand new U.S. departures terminal, additional domestic, international, and more gates, and related airside expansions. Other projects cover new aviation support facilities like cargo handling, maintenance hangars, administrative offices, hotels, and amenities to bolster LPIA's status as a major regional air hub and ease passenger congestion. In the long term, the expansion intends to increase LPIA's total passenger throughput capacity by over 50% to 8 million annually. With significant direct employment opportunities during construction, Airport Gateway Partners has committed over $130 million to train Bahamian staff and contractors, source local construction materials and services, and meet targets for Bahamian ownership and participation. Once completed, the expanded airport will provide an economic boost through increased air travels, boost through increased air arrivals, aviation industry job creation, and, given its strategic location, positioning the Bahamas for further growth in sectors like logistics, maintenance repair operations, and even potential air cargo transshipment. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Number 4. Montagu Foreshore Development. One of the most audacious and ambitious projects taking shape is the $5.5 billion Montagu Foreshore Development, which will see the creation of an entirely new upscale residential island neighborhood off the coast of downtown Nassau. Funded by a multinational consortium of investors from China, Turkey, and the United States and Canada, this land reclamation megaproject will add 590 acres of prime waterfront real estate through incremental dredging and building of seabed over the coming decades. The master plan by Dutch engineers calls for a dramatic hook-shaped peninsula extending out from downtown, anchored by combined twin artificial islands of 90 acres, linked by causeways and canals reminiscent of Dubai's famous Palm Islands. Over 5,000 luxury residential units, along with shopping, dining, entertainment districts, beachfront parks, and more, are slated across 6 separate precincts on the islands and isthmus. A state-of-the-art international deepwater shipping port and terminal capable of handling the largest cruise and cargo vessels is also included. Estimated to generate over 10,000 permanent new jobs, the Montagu Foreshore is arguably the Bahamas' most ambitious attempt so far to replicate the wildly successful luxury real estate and tourism models of places like Dubai and Singapore. If executed as designed, it would create an entirely new high-end neighborhood and community in the heart of Nassau. However, the sheer scale and environmental impacts of such expansive land reclamation, dredging, and artificial island creation have raised major concerns from environmentalist and conservancy groups. Issues like public beach access, affordable housing options, traffic impacts, and quality of life effects on nearby established residential areas have also raised major concerns. Number 5. Baha Mar Resort and Casino. Arguably one of the most impactful megaprojects completed so far in the Bahamas is the staggering $4.2 billion Baha Mar Resort complex, which officially opened in 2017 on Nassau's Cable Beach after a long-delayed and controversial construction process. Employing over 5,000 Bahamians, it spans a massive 1,000 acres and features 3 hotels totaling nearly 3,000 rooms, a 100,000 square foot casino, an 18-hole golf course, 200,000 square foot convention center space, a 30,000 square foot spa, over 40 restaurants and lounges, a luxury shopping esplanade, and more world-class amenities and attractions. Baha Mar instantly became the Bahamas' largest hospitality operation and is credited with catalyzing the revitalization and renewed investment interests in the entire Cable Beach and western New Providence area. Its economic impact has been tremendous, with some estimates of $1.1 billion in total annual revenue generated. However, the resort's birth was anything but smooth. Originally slated to open in 2014, the project fell years behind schedule and went through a highly publicized bankruptcy and legal battle when its original developers ran out of funds during construction. This resulted in thousands of local construction workers being laid off for months until new ownership and financing were secured. Concerns were also raised about environmental damage from extensive dredging and beach reclamation to build out the sprawling property and strains on local infrastructure and utilities from such a high-density development. Moving forward, the Bahamian government will aim for smoother and more sustainable execution of similarly scaled mega projects. Number 6. The Pointe Development. One of the Bahamas' biggest tourism projects, this $550 million redevelopment by China Construction America is transferring an abandoned oil storage facility in downtown Nassau into a dazzling new entertainment district. Set to open in 2025, the Pointe will feature a 150,000 square foot convention center, a sprawling open-air marina village with upscale retail and dining, the first Bahamian craft brewery, a 60,000 square foot retail plaza, a 194-room hotel, a movie theater complex, a large water park attraction, and more. The centerpiece will be a massive new cruise port capable of handling the largest ships, replacing the dated downtown Nassau terminals. Developers estimate the Pointe will generate over $400 million in annual economic impact and 2,000 plus new permanent jobs once fully operational. For local residents, it promises to dramatically revitalize a formerly industrial section of Nassau with new public waterfront spaces, parks, event venues, and amenities. The inclusion of locally owned businesses like restaurants, bars, and craft vendors within the projected $100 million Marina Village component is also intended to provide entrepreneurial opportunities. However, some have raised concerns about the scale and lack of public input on such a transformative development directly adjacent to historic downtown neighborhoods. Traffic, parking, and infrastructure impacts are other issues that are of interest during the ongoing multi-year construction process. Number 7. Nassau Cruise Port Redevelopment. This $500 million public-private partnership between the Bahamian government and Global Ports Holding is overhauling Nassau's aging downtown cruise ship infrastructure. It involves demolishing existing pier facilities and replacing them with a massive new cruise port capable of simultaneously handling some of the world's largest vessels. The centerpiece will be a state-of-the-art cruise terminal with expedited arrivals and departures processing, significantly expanded open-air dining and retail zones, dedicated transportation areas, and new piers built to higher modern resiliency standards. It's projected to increase Nassau's cruise ship passenger capacity and impact spending throughout the downtown area. For the local economy, the construction project is creating hundreds of jobs, with at least 40% of contracts required to go to Bahamian companies. Once completed by 2025, hundreds of new permanent positions will be created at restaurants, shops, tours, and transportation services to serve higher cruise passenger volumes. However, environmental concerns have been raised about the extensive offshore dredging and pier construction needed to accommodate today's massive cruise ships. There are also long-standing issues like cruise passenger overcrowding straining downtown amenities and infrastructure on high-volume days. Some residents worry the massive new port could exacerbate these challenges without proper planning. Number 8. Albany Resort and Marina. This 6,000-acre luxury resort and residential community represented a $472 million investment when it opened in 2010 on the western end of New Providence Island. Developed by acclaimed Albany real estate firm, it features an ultra-exclusive amenity mix, 82-room boutique hotel and 365 residential estates/villas, 71-slip mega yacht marina capable of handling some of the world's largest private yachts, 18-hole championship golf course designed by Ernie Els, 25,000 square feet spa and fitness facility, adult pool/family pool areas, upscale beach clubs and dining venues, sports fields and courts, sweeping ocean views and lush tropical landscapes. Albany's resort hotel and marina experiences are limited to non-residents, but the enclave is primarily an ultra-private retreat for homeowners who control the property through an equity club membership structure. Home prices reportedly range from $5 million to over $50 million. While the local economic impacts from operations are relatively modest at a few hundred employees, Albany diversified the Bahamas' luxury tourism product and boosted its prestige as a global destination for the ultra-wealthy. However, the gated exclusivity and lack of affordable housing within the community itself have drawn some criticism about economic inequalities and gentrification's effects. Number 9. Hurricane Hole Super Yacht Marina. This luxury mega yacht marina opened in 2022 on Paradise Island, furthering the Bahamas' pursuit of the global super wealthy boating and yachting market. Hurricane Hole represents a $200 million investment by Tavistock Development Company The state-of-the-art facilities include 6,500 linear feet of dockage capable of handling yachts up to 420 feet, 58 super yacht slips with in-slip fueling and concierge services, on-site customs and immigration clearance, upscale residences, restaurants, provisioning services, and amenities. In addition to being a prime marina destination itself, Hurricane Hull aims to drive more mega-yacht traffic and lucrative tourism spending throughout the Bahamas by better accommodating the largest luxury vessels that previously lacked adequate infrastructure. It's projected to generate around $30 million annually in direct economic impacts for the local Paradise Island economy through marina operations, along with construction and eventual staffing of the adjoining residences, retail, and dining components yet to be completed. Some concerns remain about how much spending actually reaches Bahamian businesses versus stays insular within the high-end marina bubble. There are also periodic debates about balancing the growth of the yachting sector with preserving maritime ecosystems, which makes the Bahamas an attractive destination in the first place. Number 10. Ocean View Farm and Golf Residences. Rounding out the list at $150 million is Ocean View Farm, an eco-friendly sustainable development currently under construction on Grand Bahama Island that fuses luxury residential with agricultural and environmental conservation elements. The 750-acre master plan community includes organic farms supplying produce to local restaurants/resorts, championship golf course routed through nature preserves, beach club and hotel resort component, over 400 villas/homes with ocean views, parks, trails, and protected natural spaces. To provide Grand Bahama with a high-end residential tourism product, Ocean View Farm aims to model more sustainable and self-sufficient approaches to hospitality and development on the islands. This includes minimizing environmental footprints, using renewable energy, and embracing farm-to-table agricultural practices. The project is creating over 500,000 construction jobs, with 300-plus permanent staff projected for resort/residential operations and farming activities once completed. Ocean View has also committed to aggressive targets for Bahamian ownership, contracting, and permanent employment. However, some local community groups have criticized the project for potentially restricting public beach access and transforming too much land area away from traditional uses like fishing. There are also typical concerns about the cultural impacts of further gentrification and income inequalities as more exclusive resort residential offerings cater heavily to foreign expatriate buyers and visitors. While bringing obvious economic benefits through jobs, tourism revenue, and infrastructure development, these 10 massive mega projects totaling over $40 billion in investment are not without controversies and local community impacts. Environmental strains, displacement of current residents, income inequality, lack of affordable housing, infrastructure shortfalls, and threats to the easygoing island culture Bahamians cherish have all been cited as potential drawbacks that must be carefully managed. There's also the persistent issue of dependency on tourism and real estate as the main economic drivers, with relatively little diversification into sectors like technology, manufacturing, agriculture, or financial services being fostered by these capital investments so far. Bahamian officials acknowledge the challenges, but remain bullish on the potential for responsible megaproject developments that maximize the benefits to citizens through entrepreneurship, job training, revenue sharing, and other programs while minimizing the negatives. Only time will tell if the Bahamas can successfully walk that tightrope and achieve sustainable, inclusive growth alongside implementing its staggeringly ambitious mega vision, reshaping the islands. But the scale and stakes of these billion-dollar bets have certainly raised the stakes for the entire nation. For more exciting insights, check out the other videos in our series as we explore incredible mega projects throughout the Caribbean. Just follow the links in the description below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these mega projects do you think will have the biggest impact on the Bahamas? Do you have any concerns about the environmental or social effects of these developments? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. This is Caribbean Focus. See you in the next video.